Sango and I been knowing each other for a long time. We've been recording music since like 8th grade, so it's like an easily good 10 years now. And he was just doing his thing in college, you know, and he ended up meeting Joe, and through Sango, I met Joe K and Andre Power and Jacqueline, and you know, the rest is history. You know, been out to the Soulection headquarters a couple times, and those guys are definitely the family. When I released Inside Outside, we really didn't know what to expect from it. It's funny, we were listening to it, to that tape on the way here actually, and I was sleeping on couches still, and like, you know, the everyday struggle, and the response to it was great. I felt like the Pick Your Own Poison release we did before then had alley-ooped us in a good direction, so yeah, man, it just was unexpected. The company that Sango and I formed together is called AGO. It's pretty much just a platform for all our hometown homies, you know what I'm saying, that really are musically talented, you know, to have some an avenue to go down, you know what I'm saying, because Grand Rapids is just such a small city. It's not like a Detroit or a Chicago, you know what I'm saying, so we got to kind of really stick together. Like I mentioned, Detroit and Chicago, they are known for sticking together, you know, as far as supporting their artists and stuff like that, so that's kind of what we're doing with Grand Rapids and the whole AGO movement. And right now we have 7 artists on there. We got the 7th, Mosaic, Juice, Avon, Aim, Sango, and myself, of course. So yeah, and we got a new tape coming out real soon. Nights on the West, our new AGO mixtape coming out next year. So everybody be looking for that. And what people can expect from Nights on the West is just consistency from AGO and myself, of course, just quality over quantity. You know, just giving people the best sounding music we possibly can create. The chemistry between my brother Sango and I is like how I would imagine a Drake and 40 or a Mustard and YG, a Dilla and Common. With us knowing each other so well, he knows this type of sounds and the things that make my head nod, and I also know the content that he likes. When we first started off, funny story, when we first started doing music in 8th grade, he didn't necessarily like the way I rapped. I mean, I was young, you know what I mean, at the time. I ain't necessarily like it either, but I was still finding myself. And it's just crazy how much we've grown together with just knowing each other, you know what I mean? And people can tell. They're like, yo, it sounds like you supposed to rap on this beat, or this beat was catered, you know, just for your sound. So yeah, it's a blessing to definitely have that chemistry and that bond with somebody in the studio. You know, it's evolved to the point where every time we create now, we try to do something completely different from what we did last time. You know what I mean? Because like I said, we spent so much time mastering our crafts together, you know what I mean? It's just like we want to challenge ourselves. So it's evolved in a big way. And like I said, he's getting me to the point where he wants to start seeing me work with different producers and stuff like that, is the same way I want to see him start working with different artists and stuff like that. So yeah, it's definitely evolved for the better. Ideally, I see myself 5-10 years from now being one of the biggest hip-hop artists to ever touch the microphone. And I truthfully mean that. Like I said, I feel like we bringing something to the world, to this game that's been missing for so long, and that's just soul, that's just honesty, it's truth, you know what I'm saying, and it's real, you know. I'm as real as a person as it's gonna get, so, you know, yeah, the next 5 to 10 years, you'll be seeing a lot from me. For my company, AGO, we're like a Dipset, you know, a TDE. We're family, you know what I mean? So everywhere we go, we're always gonna be representing each other and just trying to be better individuals, because if we better separate from each other when we come together, it's only gonna get bigger. So expect just as much of a bright future from them as you expect from me.
So when he went back to his car, they start eating all the weed. So they eat it. He comes back and he's like, all right, you guys can go. And he didn't even check the truck.
By the time I was on the plane, they were asking me to leave. It just all started coming back to me the next day when Ivan was telling me how I was trying to talk to the pilot while I was on the plane. I was trying to convince the stewardess that I was totally fine.
Ray J needs a song called Just the Tip. Just the Tip. He's the creepiest of all creepy. He's got all these women. We gotta do this record, and we did.
Bloody handprints on the door that looked like they were trying
to hold on to the door.